want to play this. We don't need to say too much. I imagine most of you have heard about this horrible mass murder perpetrated by a 22-year-old man, Elliot Rodger, in the Santa Barbara County. The town, I guess, is Isla Vista. He had been posting YouTubes talking about basically his plan to kill a lot of different people, including women who he perceived had snubbed him in some fashion. He wrote an extended 150-page plus, I guess, manifesto, I guess you could call it, which was just basically the rantings of someone who had extreme psychological problems. He also wrote and recorded that he had very little trouble getting a gun on multiple occasions, 2 semi-automatic handguns. He had been visited by the police in the past couple of months on request of his parents because they had seen his YouTube. He apparently was able to convince them that he was fine. They, of course, did not have the ability to run a check and see if this guy had bought handguns. There's no mechanism, I believe, in which to do that. And on Friday evening, he stabbed 2 of his roommates and a third person, 3 men. Saturday morning, I guess it was Friday afternoon then, he went, after killing those 3, he shot 2 women to death outside a sorority house and killed another man as he drove away in his BMW, or his own BMW, he was driving around, and killed another man inside a deli with gunfire until ramming somebody with a bike with his car and then crashing his car and, I guess, apparently shooting himself in the head. The father of one of the victims had an incredibly emotional press conference where he spoke about the inability, even after Newtown, of our political system to address the ease in which people can buy guns in our society. And here is that Richard Martinez. He is the father of one of the victims, Christopher Martinez, I guess he was on CNN.
If there's all these things in the media about the shooter and there's nothing about the victims, then it sends the wrong message. And that people need to understand that real people died here. And they need to know, put faces and names and histories to the people who died, to make it real for them, that it could be them. Because if you start talking about the people who died, then they're real.
The politicians after Sandy Hook swore that they would do something.
We're all proud to be Americans. But what kind of a message does it send to the world when we have such a rudderless bunch of idiots in government? I can't tell you how angry I am. It's just awful. And no parent should have to go through this. No parent. To have a kid die because in this kind of a situation, what has changed? Have we learned nothing? These things are going to continue until somebody does something. So where the hell is the leadership? Where the hell is these people we elect to Congress that we spend so much money on? These people are getting rich sitting in Congress. And what do? They don't take care of our kids. My kid died because nobody responded to what occurred at Sandy Hook. Those parents lost little kids. It's bad enough that I lost my 20-year-old, but I had 20 years with my son. That's all I ever have. But those people lost their children at 6 and 7 years old. How do you think they feel? And who's talking to them now? Who's doing anything for them now? Who is standing up for those kids that died back then in an elementary school? Why wasn't something done? It's outrageous.
You know, I don't know how you you don't get moved by that. And an appearance like that is the greatest fear of the NRA and the gun lobby in this country. And regardless of what motivated this killer or the killer in Newtown or the killers in Aurora or the killers, the killings that seem to take place on a weekly basis in this country, the one thing that is clear is that they could not have wreaked such havoc and created such death if it wasn't for their ability to get a gun.